Hey, hello, it's Robert Schwimmer. Welcome to my channel. Thank you to my loyal subscribers. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy this trip where sometimes we explore above and below the water. In this case, we are going below sea level in the Death Valley. No scuba gear required. Gonna do a little flying with the drone in the Alabama Hills, which is BLM land, so no issue there. But certainly can't fly within a national park. So I'm pretty excited. It's February. Why did I pick February? It's a great time to go to Death Valley, but it's also my birthday. So I'm excited about maybe doing some astrophotography in the Alabama Hills. Unlike LA County, it's predicted to be very light winds, clear skies. So I'm hoping to capture those moments. I've been to Alabama Hills once before and got some lenticular cloud photos, so this will be something new, and the drone footage will be something new. So let's hope that works out. You will see shortly if it did. Death Valley, as I mentioned, actually my grandmother was a seasonal with the Park Service, worked with Ansel Adams at Yosemite, but also worked in Death Valley, so kind of some family roots there. Just really excited about this trip. It's my first adventure. I'm going to do some off-roading. I've bought this Kirk hitch cargo carrier to add some firewood and some other material I want to take, since I'm not doing any rock climbing, but certainly a lot of off-road and hopefully some great videos and still images to share with you. Okay, let's go. Driving up Highway 395 from Los Angeles is Red Rock Canyon, a very scenic place to photograph. I remember going there with my family as a kid. I need to explore it once again, one day soon. When I arrived at the Alabama Hills, I set up my campsite, enjoyed a campfire before my late night, early morning astrophotography shoot, including taking long exposure shots using the moon as my strobe. Well, good morning from the chilly Alabama Hills. You can see over my shoulder, the sun is starting to rise here in the Alabama Hills. And you can see Mount Whitney off in the distance there. Heading out in the morning for Death Valley National Park, I stopped by the Alabama Hill Cafe and picked up my birthday mixed berry pie that I had pre-ordered the night before, and a breakfast burrito and coffee for the road. By the way, their breakfast and lunches are amazing. Next stop, Death Valley. My first stop was Father Crowely Overlook, dedicated to the man they call the Desert Padre. No military training flyovers during my visit, but I certainly could hear the jets off in the distance. I stopped by Mosaic Canyon just outside of Stovepipe Wells. On this 4-mile round-trip hike, you will observe polished marble in a slot canyon and galleries of fragmented rock. Use caution on the slick rock surfaces, or just slide down, as many were enjoying. You will encounter some rock scramblings further up the canyon. And most people I talked to said that the most scenic part of the canyon is actually at the beginning of the hike. On Highway 190, there's an open landscape dotted with unique forms of vegetation that resemble corn that had been harvested, bundled, and set aside to dry. Heading west from the town of Beatty, Nevada, on Highway 373, the Titus Canyon Road turnoff is on the right. It's a good idea to get gas in Beatty. During my trip, regular unleaded was around $3.83 a gallon versus over $7 at Furnace Creek. Titus Canyon is a one-way, 27-mile-long road, rugged mountains, and colorful rock formations. The dirt road is rough, steep, and narrow, and you should allow yourself 2 to 3 hours for this journey, and two-wheel drive vehicles with high clearance is recommended. Bunch of washboard. First part, I would probably say I was doing 40 miles an hour, but now that I've got bigger rocks to navigate, I've also got the tire pressure up on all 4 tires, so I can just make sure, I don't have a flat coming on. I didn't air down. If you got the time, I would recommend that. Smooth out the ride, but figured I'd tough through it. So far, so good. Beautiful terrain. Matter of fact, I'm going to turn the camera around and show you how beautiful it is. From the highway here, where we've come from, I found you keep the sunroof open, because you'll see a lot of peaks that normally you won't see through the windshield. Pretty beautiful. Mines start to dot the landscape as you enter the ghost town of Leadfield. In 1925, wild and distorted advertising lured hundreds of hopeful miners that migrated there in hopes of finding their fortunes. There was even a post office, but like the town, it only lasted about a year. Native Americans came to this region to hunt the bighorn and left behind petroglyphs pecked into the rocks. The final 1.5 miles of Titus Canyon is the most narrow. The walls squeeze down to less than 20 feet apart in some places. It's truly a spectacular drive. Be certain to open your skylight if you have one, stop once in a while, and look up and enjoy the drive. I spent the night at Texas Spring Campground at Furnace Creek. I had cooked up some surf and turf for my birthday, recently caught lobster, and enjoyed my mixed berry pie. My camp neighbors joined me at the campfire from Pennsylvania and Maine, and I got to learn about their travels. The next day I took an early morning hike on the Golden Canyon Trail. It's approximately 3 miles round trip with an elevation gain of approximately 500 feet. The trail starts off in the wide open canyon, then narrows near the end. make sure you scale the trail to the end for a spectacular view of the canyon. You can see where I hiked from, way down there. It's the valley floor, probably sea level, and you can see how high up. Just so spectacular. Just a short drive down a dirt road is the Devil's Golf Course, where you can stand at the edge of this jagged salt plain that also stopped the wagons of the 49ers dead in their tracks. Badwater Basin is the lowest point in North America, at 282 feet below sea level, and the vast salt flats is certainly a surreal landscape. I particularly enjoyed the Badwater Flexion Pool. Although one of the few places where you'll find water on the surface in Death Valley, it's twice as salty as the ocean. Sidewinder Canyon turnoff is not well marked off the main highway, as well as the trailhead that leads to the wide canyon opening. There are 6 labyrinth drainages, or as hikers refer to them as slot canyons, that you can actually pass through. If you visit all 6, it's about a 5-mile round trip. Artist Drive is a very scenic 9-mile one-way loop. The most spectacular site is Artist Palette. Its oxidized palette of hillside colors is truly amazing. You can access the trails from the visitors' parking lot if you want to take a closer look. My last sunset in Death Valley at Texas Spring Campground. The next morning, I caught the sunrise off Artist Drive. Zabriskie Point was my last scenic viewpoint, and its golden-colored mud rock badlands are truly spectacular. It's a short quarter-mile walk from the parking lot. That morning it was so windy, I'm only sharing still photos. Just before exiting Death Valley National Park, I took my last dirt road adventure on the 20-mule Team Canyon Loop. Fortunately, no decompression stops required during my ascent from 232 feet below sea level. It was truly a wonderful experience to finally visit Death Valley National Park on my birthday adventure. I will return another day to explore other places in the park and share with you. I hope you enjoyed this journey exploring these amazing geological features and off-road adventures in the Alabama hills and Death Valley National Park, our national treasures. If you enjoyed this video, please like, and if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing and join me on more interesting places above and below the sea and from the sky. Thank you.